Well, welcome back, everyone. We have Lane Montz here. Welcome, Lane. You are the president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau. And the Better Business Bureau has its annual New Year's resolutions for a fraud-free year. So.
I resolve not to be a victim of fraud.
That's right.
That's what everybody should be saying. Point
That's
to
right.
the sky.
All right. So fraud is everywhere. We do know that.
Sure.
We see it especially during the holidays, but it continues on throughout the year. So let's get some step one.
Yeah, 5 resolutions is what the BBB is putting out this year. Number 1, be cautious with email.
That's true.
A lot of emails, if they're not from somebody you know, or even if they appear to be from somebody you know, you're going to have to pay attention, resolve to make sure that you look up in the corner to see if it's really the email address that you think it is.
Yeah.
Anybody can put your friend's name on an email or your boss's name on an email, but it's the address that matters.
Yeah, they're getting smarter and smarter these days. It should trick you, of course. And of course, they want you to click on some link usually, or, to give out personal information. And
that's a pretty big tip right there. If they're asking for money, of course, that could always be your nephew.
Yeah,
but if they're asking for money...
Could be me.
Oh, no. If they're asking for money, or if they're asking for personal information, that's a big tip that it's probably, it's worth looking into.
Right, and so number 2, speaking of money,
yeah,
never send money to strangers.
Yeah, you'd think that that would not have to be on the 5 resolutions, and yet it is. I could tell a story, I'm not going to, but I'll just give you the abbreviated version. There's a business owner in Lucas County who loaned somebody in Iowa $90,000 to buy a piece of farm equipment, and of course it was all a fraud.
Wow, yeah.
And that's a very sad story, so we don't want to hear any more of those.
Right, exactly. And so, someone might just want to be a good Samaritan and, help someone in need, but be cautious. And, things like Cash App, like...
Cash App or Zelle or any of these, what they call peer-to-peer cash transfer systems, there's really no mechanism to get that money back. Even a bank transfer is a little more likely to get the money back than one of those peer-to-peer Cash App type of technology systems.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so number 3, do some research before making online payments and purchases. That's a big one.
Yeah, I got another horror story about a gentleman who bought a truck up in Michigan, or thought he was buying a truck through a website that was copied to look just like eBay Motors. Now, the web address was different, but it was similar. And even after we convinced him that he was never getting his money back, he still wanted us to help him get up to Michigan and pick up the truck. He still believed that the truck existed. It was just a picture ripped off the internet and posted into a fake website. So definitely do your homework if you're making an online purchase, especially if it's a big dollar item or you're signing up for a repeating payment.
Yep, and also be careful of sharing your personal information.
Always, that almost goes without saying.
Yep, and then also be social media smart.
Be social media smart, because social media has unfortunately gone from a great idea to one that the scammers have really latched onto. Social media websites like Facebook Marketplace, clearly there are good, legitimate deals on there, but man, the scammers have really glommed on to those social media sites. They will feed you tips and prompts, and then they will just set up completely fake sales.
That's right. Well, Lane, thank you so much for coming on today, giving us our helpful hints to keep us with a fraud-free year. Well, don't go away, because medical news is up next.